All right, we're going to watch. Okay, is it Hanky Panky or is it Michael versus Bananas? Michael Bananas? Well, they're both good. We'll do both. This one is called Hanky Panky, the greatest Melee player that nobody knows.
On April 2nd, 2017, two very different people meet for the first time at a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament. IBDW is a future top 10 player.
I sponsor that guy.
Competing at tournaments in his home state of New York.
My team.
He will quit law school and pursue Melee full-time.
Really?
A textbook
I did not know
example
that.
of someone. Hanky Panky is a former top 100 player. He has not met out-of-state activity requirements since 2014, the last and only time he ever made the list. But something very unusual is about to happen to Hanky. He is about to lose on his own turf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And now, you know, holy moly, he just opened up the can of whoop ass on Hanky Panky.
I've honestly never seen anyone be that bad. Like in my entire life.
Of course, what really
Wait, that was
mattered to
Fendrick?
Hanky was the fact that he finished just high enough in the tournament to leave with $250 stuffed in an envelope. This isn't a disappointment. It's exactly what Hanky came for.
That's funny.
And it is just one chapter of the most successful Melee career that nobody has ever heard of.
Really? I feel like there's got to be another one.
Tyler Hankins initially got into Melee through Break the Targets.
Boo!
In high school, he casually watched a few MLG videos, but he's not really into competing. Tyler graduates and enrolls at Ohio State University as an accounting major, eventually joining an honors program for accounting that allows only 30 students.
Nerd!
Tyler loves accounting. He loves it so much that he starts giving weekly presentations on accounting strategies to Cardinal Health, a billion-dollar pharmaceutical. There are few things that Tyler loves.
Oh, he loves numbers.
But he discovers a close second after finding students playing Melee in a residence hall. For the most part, Tyler doesn't care about these tournaments. Among his small crew, he is easily the best player. A big fish who is very aware of his small pond and has zero interest in leaving it.
Which is most players. I think this is how most players get started. Most good players are like the best in their crew of friends, and they just like find out about tournaments and then they go somewhere. And they get dumpstered at their first tournament, and then either they get the bug or they don't.
In the fall of 2011, Tyler's peaceful Smash life comes crashing down at the hands of an ambitious pre-med freshman called Prince Abu. Melee's skill curve is notoriously unforgiving. Winning a single tournament set often takes new players weeks, even months of dedicated practice to accomplish for the first time.
Jesus.
Prince Abu is obsessed with improving at Melee and reminds Tyler of it every single time they play. He brags between games, not just about himself, but about his amazing Michigan friends, never letting up on how much better they are than either of them. He beats Tyler over and over and over again, and each time he confidently explains what Armada would have done there instead. Tyler wants nothing more than to make it stop.
That's really funny.
He runs into another problem. Almost all the videos of Armada's Peach against Jigglypuff are ones where he loses. As a result, it never gets any better. Prince Abu loves playing Tyler. He starts publicly referring to their practice sessions as Smash Time with Hanky Panky. So much so to the point where other Ohio State Smashers start calling Tyler Hanky Panky. This goes on.
This is good. Dude, I love, like, Smash Fest etiquette. I fucking love it. I don't know if it's still the same with communities now, but back then, it was like every Smash Fest you went to had its own, like, vibe and its own, like, culture and things that you did. It was so fucking funny.
The Big House 2 was one of the biggest Melee events of 2012. Most of the attendees will recognize two of its competitors, Mango and Hungrybox, as mini celebrities of the scene. Hanky Panky will not. He only knows those people who have played Armada. One of Hanky's first notable matches comes in the first stage of polls against Westballz.
Oh my god.
Contender
Layouts
for being
were
the best
so
player in the United
gross.
States. Westballz is Hanky's first ever test against a world-class Melee player. However, Westballz doesn't know who Hanky Panky is. He outright disrespects Hanky, going Captain Falcon, just having fun in pools and maybe expecting to get some combo video footage for later. But Hanky Panky doesn't know who Westballz is. The act of disrespect is lost on him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even know that Westballz plays Falco.
Yeah. So there's no mind game going on here. So he doesn't even realize that he's disrespecting him. That's funny.
A top 20 player has just lost to a random, and nobody cares. Maybe nobody cared because it happened in round 1 pools. Or maybe because it involved Westballz, a notoriously upset-prone player. It is a set that falls on deaf ears.
That's funny.
Hanky finishes his round 1 pull undefeated and continues his hot streak into round 2.
God, this is fascinating, dude.
This Chillin' Dude, a former top 10 player from
Chillin'
the MLG days.
Dude.
After losing a nail-biter of a set, Hanky makes top 32.
The Chilling Dude.
His training partner isn't so fortunate. Prince Abu hits a phantom rest, last stock, on a qualifier set against Matt.Zeb.
Man.
Hanky's top 32 matches against Duck, who he recognizes as Prince Abu's really good friend. Their set ends up being a grueling Peach Samus slog on a side set up away from everyone else.
Yuck.
No one, not even their mutual friend Prince Abu, can bring themselves to watch the whole set. Hanky quietly comes out on top. He walks up to the main stage to play on stream against Scar, a player recognized by everyone in the venue.
Holy shit!
Except Hanky. 15 seconds into game 1, and Hanky already makes a mistake. Scar grabs Hanky and down throws him. Hanky DIs down and away to avoid getting comboed by multiple hits, but instead, he gets kneed.
Oh!
With a well-timed float, Hanky saves his stock and doesn't die from the knee. However, he has a new problem. He has to make it back to the stage. Scar recognizes this and throws out an approaching back air. However, when Scar goes to grab Battlefield's right ledge, Falcon doesn't grab it. It's an issue with Battlefield's ledges that sometimes happens.
No.
And right now, Scar
that's so sad. That's so sad.
And to close it, Hanky,
no!
a player nobody has ever heard of, does this to the self-described most electrifying man in Melee.
Oh, man.
Game 2 is much closer. Hanky barely stays ahead, but on a critical last stock exchange, he's pushed near the corner of the stage. Scar whiffs an up air, but retreats to the edge of the platform right above where Hanky lands, reading his jump with a stomp. Hanky does something every single Peach player does when they panic. He tries to hold down. He does it even though he's in the air, even though he's already in the middle of a neutral air animation. But Hanky isn't actually holding down. In a panic, he accidentally holds in an entirely different direction. In the future, players will recognize this as slide-off DI, a modern defensive technique that is integral to getting out of combat. Right now, Hanky doesn't know what he just did, but it works.
Huh? I've never seen that. That's funny. So the whole holding down thing is a joke because Peach players hold down to crouch cancel. It's just like an instinct. So you hold down and you just down smash like crazy to do a lot of damage. Especially back then, it was very effective.
Right now, Hanky doesn't know what he just did, but it works.
That's funny. Dude, it's so funny how many things you find just by total accident. Do you guys know what the Marth Killer is? There's something called the Marth Killer in Melee. Basically, what you do is you just light shield against Marth, and then when he up Bs, it pushes you back, and you get the ledge. So it's like this. It kills Marth. This kills the Marth. I did this by total accident to win my first ever PM losers match. He up Bs, I'm holding at ledge because I don't know what else to do in PM, and my character grabs the ledge, and I'm like, oh my god, I just did a Marth Killer. I knew what it was, but I had never done it or practiced it. These things could just kind of happen to you. It's amazing.
However, against Mango, the tournament's eventual champion, and SFAT, her perennial top 15 player, Hanky's luck would run out. He finishes just out of the prize pot, though he gains several fans in the process. By all means, it should be the start of a very promising career. But it isn't, because while Hanky appreciates his newfound fame, he also recognizes it for what it is. Small popularity in an obscure social circle.
Yeah.
It's just a hobby that he enjoys sharing with a few friends. Nothing more.
Man.
Nothing less.
Sigma. It's so funny hearing about players like this, by the way. The guys who only go to their own locals or don't travel at all and aren't into, like, the whole fame and the weird, like, circle that is Smash, that are just there for the game. Perception has warped so much in sort of as years have gone on and as the scene has become more and more visible, that players like this get rarer and rarer because people get their first taste of success, and they like it.
He even accomplishes the unthinkable a year later. He finally wins a tournament over Prince Abu, the only thing he may have won it anywhere as much as a full-time accounting job. Once the summer starts, they go their separate ways, never playing against each other in tournament again.
Aww.
He would disappear from the national scene, yet begin entering more local tournaments than he ever did in college. Perhaps most impressively, he will make an ungodly amount of money from winning these tournaments.
Dude, he's
Nobody
like boss.
has any idea just how abnormally good Hanky is at making money off Melee.
He's boss. You just
Between
stay at your
2015
local and farm it.
2017, Hanky Panky will make $24,000 in Smash tournament winnings.
What the fuck? Wait, how long was the year?
Between 2015 and 2017,
Okay, that's not that crazy. In 2 years, that's not crazy. That's insane for only locals? Is it? I guess. That's like 200 a day, right? If you're going Monday through Friday. 250 a week, yeah.
much of the money is typically spent at a nearby Raising Cane's, which he visits so often that all of the staff know him by name and have an order named after him. Hanky isn't just beating up bad players. Hanky comes out to local events to defeat established or up-and-coming top 100 players, from The Real Thing
He's an optional boss.
to Cal to even Ohio's most recognizable player, Dreffin. My God,
Man.
does he beat Dreffin.
He's an optional boss. You can travel to fight him, but you have to find him.
No, yes, no.
That's crazy.
Hanky, a professional accountant, loses track of the set count after winning 40 sets in a row. To anybody outside the Midwest, their lopsided head-to-head during this time period makes no sense. Hanky's reign of terror both inspires and infuriates his friends, because they all care so much about Melee, and Hanky only cares about Raising Cane's. Instead of attending the Big House 5 with everyone else in his region, Hanky goes to a Project M regional with a $1,000 pop bonus.
Did you see who else was there? Did you guys see who else was there?
Instead of attending the Big House 5,
That's boss! That's fucking boss! Dude! He had the same idea! These fucking local farmers, dude! That's insane! These fucking local farmers! I'll never forget that period of my life where I tried to snipe tournaments. I used to drive all the way up to Pennsylvania, because in Pennsylvania, they had shitty players, and they had $300 pop bonuses like once a quarter, and me and a few other people would always go up there, and every time I was there, who was there? Number one in Pennsylvania, who sucked. It was always a new guy, and they were terrible. But who else was there? Boss. And we were 1 and 2.
a year later, Dreffin starts a petition begging Hanky to attend the Big House.
He got
6
there,
and gains
you know.
127 supporters.
He got there.
Only for Hanky to not attend, because he knows he won't make any money from it.
He's boss, dude. That's so funny.
Hanky Panky's local reign breaks Melee statistics, regularly frustrating algorithm developers seeking to create so-called objective ranking systems for Melee players. At one point, he was named the winningest Melee player of all time, based on a database containing more than 500,000 sets.
Oh my god.
Another attempt used Glicko 2, a rating system supposedly able to accurately weigh the relative value of beating players of different strengths. Even Glicko could not handle Hanky's sheer volume of victories.
Dude.
It crowned the 5 Glicko gods of Melee: Armada, Hungrybox, Mango, Mewtwo-King, and Hanky Panky.
Man. That's sick. Good for him.
He is a bizarre outlier in a scene that romanticizes itself and has so much self-importance.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Did Hungrybox kick SFAT? I've never seen this angle. Did he kick him? Give him a little kick in the ass. Hiya! Get out of my way. Gently. A little kick right in the bum. Right in the diaper. Doomph.
The truth is that for all its supposed structure, Melee is a game of chaos, where even its most dedicated players frequently have little control over their outcomes. As Smashers, we desperately want Melee to be so much more.
Is that the same tournament with the ceiling glitch? No? That was Big House? Okay. I was gonna say, what a lucky motherfucker. Luigi
As Smashers,
is so
we
stupid.
desperately want Melee to be so
Fucking
much
Luigi.
more. We obsess over rankings. We share legends about our favorite players, and we create narratives around our shared love for the game. Even if you're a full-time Melee professional, it is a game where sometimes you will lose to someone who cannot explain how they just beat you. No player has ever accepted the inherent absurdity of Melee like Tyler Hankins. He is the antithesis of a top player, someone who never glorified their hobby, the most powerful competitor who didn't care about competing. From the very beginning, he saw Melee for what it really is:
That's a good movie. I'll give it up. Excellent movie. This one's fascinating because these local farmers have no glory or care for their, like, reputation. You know what I mean? I feel like as more and more eyes get on Smash, and as it becomes more and more of an esport and a spectator sport, it becomes so much more likely that people get sucked into the fame of it, right? The clout, whatever. And at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. The big guys have big numbers of followers, but that doesn't mean anything. You can have 100,000 followers and not make it a living. It's all just smoke and mirrors. So don't give up your lives for Super Smash Brothers. Be like Hanky Panky. Stay in school. Do what you gotta do. Coney, didn't you quit your job? Yeah, once I had an offer from an esports org. And it took me 12 years to get that. So, trust me.